to give you an overlook of what to expect for the 23-24 school year. We have several people here with us. The assistant principals, Ms. Reyes, Mr. Hatcher, Mr. Hillier, also Ms. Jan, our College and Career Center lead. So we want to give you as much information as possible to get you ready for the upcoming school year. Next slide. All right, so once again, our admin team is here, plus our College and Career Center counselor. And we're here to give you information and answer questions that you have. We'll provide you an overview of what is high school, what your child should expect when they come here, and also what are some of the elements for them to be successful in the next 4 years. Our goal, more than anything else, is to give your student opportunities and different choices at the end of 4 years. As you can see here, this is you can find this information on the webpage. This is how you can directly ask us questions if you have something that is more particular to your student. Our community workers here, Lola Verdin, Lucia Costa, they are available to offer tours of the school. One of the things we hear is that we don't know what the school looks like. Every Thursday at 1 o'clock, we offer campus tours. If you and your student want to come, we'll let you know what we're doing on campus. We'll show you all the spaces where your student will participate. Please contact Lola Verdin or Lucia Costa. They do tours in English and in Spanish for prospective families. You can also use the askrhs at wccusd.net to set up this appointment. You also see our counselors here that will be working with your students in their academic progress. Next slide. So why Richmond High School? So we are a comprehensive high school in the district. We're one of 6. We're here to help your student, the students of our community, in shaping their academic needs for the next 4 years. We offer pathways, College and Career Center, and language development. At this point, of the students that are on campus, 90% of our seniors are expected to graduate. Every year, we have approximately 1/3 of our seniors, which is about 100 of them, be accepted to 4-year universities, and we help them in the process of applying to a university and the process of filling out the financial aid forms. We are also a full community school, which means that we do have a health center on campus, an academic progress, different academic programs, after-school programs, athletics, and opportunities for students to participate in additional clubs after school. What do we offer? An academic structure. With our academies, we have cohorted groups of students with a team of teachers that will help them for 4 years of education. We'll talk a little bit more about our academies for their slides. Like I mentioned, we have a health center, we have restorative justice practitioners, family resources through our community workers. One thing that we do is we work with adult education, and we have classes if you would like to learn English. If you're working on your high school diploma, we have high school diploma classes here for adults, and we are starting an exciting program. If you're interested in becoming a dental assistant as an adult, we are going to be offering classes on campus to get your certificate as a dental assistant through the adult education program for our families. We also have after-school program, and your students will be invited to our summer bridge or a summer program that the 8th graders can get ready for high school in June when they finish their regular school year. Exciting things, we have a renowned marching band. They have been doing some excellent things. They got a chance to march in the Chinese New Year parade in San Francisco. Right now, they're getting ready for different concerts around the district. One exciting thing that they're trying out this year, they applied and got accepted to the Disneyland parade. So they're getting ready to go at the end of the month and spend a few days in Orange County in Disneyland as a band. We have comprehensive athletics from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. It starts with boys tennis, girls tennis, cross country, and football. It continues with basketball, boys and girls, soccer, boys and girls, wrestling, and it finishes up the year with boys tennis, track and field, badminton, swimming, and boys volleyball. Girls volleyball is at the beginning of the year. Through their academies, they're eligible for internships. We do have a student program through a health academy where students are getting internships to help dentist offices. Through the law academy, students get a chance to see how lawyers work in Martinez. Through the engineering academy, we have a fab lab where they get to work on industry type of equipment. And for our media, the students are working on making commercials and making news reports weekly. We do have a gardening program where students can learn urban agriculture. Our debate team did very well this year. We have a couple of students that are going to go compete in Texas at the end of the month. And also students get to work with real engineers and make their own electric bike and then have a competition here at school. We have a full college and career center where students can make their plans to go to a four-year university or look for a vocational career. And we have different staff that can help them in that process. Also, we do have a health center here on campus that will support students with their mental health support. If they need some medical needs or dentistry, it's here on campus. And we also have the Bay Area Peacekeepers, the African American Focus Academy, in conjunction with the BSU. So we have a lot for your students here. Next slide. So Mr. Hillier, you want to go over why Richmond High?
I'll go over why Richmond High. Hi, everyone. I'm Ms. Reyes. I'm one of the assistant principals. There are 3 assistant principals, including Mr. De Leon, our principal, to make sure that your students and you as family members have all the support you need. Mr. De Leon talked a lot about why Richmond High School, but it is important to know that not every high school offers the same thing. And we actually offer a lot for our students, right? So Mr. De Leon mentioned, like, we have academies. We're the school that has the most academies in the district. Anything from engineering, health, law, media. We also have a new business academy, an urban agriculture academy, and a fashion academy. Not every school offers that. We also graduate students that attend four-year universities. Right, about a third of our seniors, over 100 seniors attend a apply and attend a four-year university. The extracurricular activities that Mr. De Leon listed, that is not at every school. We have a competitive robotics program that not every school has. right? And we are in national competitions. So it's really important to know that at Richmond High School, your student will be able to access programs that they wouldn't access at every other school. We have elective courses, as I mentioned, business, fashion, urban agriculture, that is not at every high school. We have amazing teachers that actually many of them graduated from Richmond High School. So they are members of our community that care deeply about our community. And we are the only high school that has a full college and career counselor full-time with all our college advisors. So the supports are there for our families. And at this time, I actually wanted you to hear from the students directly. So we offer a program for the 9th graders called Oiler Crew. And this is a mentorship program. And so we invited some of the Oiler, maybe Mr. Hillier, you can help me mute some folks that are unmuted. But at this time, I'm going to ask some of our students to share with you why you should choose Richmond High School and why you should be proud that your student's going to come here next year. And they're also going to spend just a little bit of time talking about why, a little bit about their academy, and that way they can also go and do their homework for the rest of the evening. So I'm going to invite Allison Reyes first. Allison Reyes is a student here at Richmond High School and a student in the Engineering Academy. And so remember, Oiler leaders, the 2 questions are, why should the families choose Richmond High School, be proud to send their students to Richmond High School? And then can you tell us like some highlights of your academy?
Hello, my name is Allison Reyes, and I am a 12th grader from the Engineering Academy. So we are an academy in partnership with Chevron. So we have programs, as spoken before, like e-bike, where we make bikes and we have competitions for who is the best bike, and robotics, who compete at many different competitions, whether local or nationwide, to enrich our students. We also do fun projects such as birdhouses, make stickers, use programming languages like Python, because every year you're going to have a different class for engineering. And I'll talk a little bit about why you should join Richmond High. We have really great college programs, as spoken before. We have programs such as College is Real, Upward Bound, EAOP, and all of these programs are set to help you with college and more. I'm a part of College is Real, and during my senior year, it has been very difficult and stressful with the college application process, but they have been with me every step of the way. They have gotten us mentors, and they even offer scholarships and help out with scholarships. And it's not something like, as our principals have spoken before, it's not something that every school offers. It's uniquely to our school. And yeah, it's just, we are a really fun school, and I hope that you will get to choose this school. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Allison. We're also going to hear from Fatima Ramos.
Hello, my name is Fatima Ramos, and I am also a 12th grader. I am from the Law Academy. I've been in the Law Academy since I was a freshman. And in the Law Academy, when students come in as freshmen, they take, if you're in the Law Academy, you take Intro to Law, where you get introduced to different types of crimes and different types of things about the law. And then also in your sophomore year, you end up taking Forensic Science, where you're going to be able to analyze different types of blood spatter or like crime scenes. And then as a junior, you're able to take Law and Justice, where you're able to analyze different types of also crimes. And then as a senior now, you would take constitutional law and also a Law and Democracy, which Law and Democracy is a college class, while also taking it in Richmond High, and that helps a lot with college credits. And then with Oiler Crew, I've only been able to do it 1 year, but I've been able to help a lot of students, give them like a hand if they need any like support, or just to talk if they need like to communicate with teachers or have any problems with anybody in school, and try to help them and show them that they have support with other students in the school. And I hope that your students are able to find that comfort in Richmond High if they come to the school.
Thank you so much, Fatima. It's so important for us to hear from the students because their voice really matters. And two, we want you to see that by the time they're senior year, our students are really proud to be graduating from Richmond High School and have had a full experience that not many other students at other high schools have experienced. So thank you so much, Euler leaders. You also are going to hear a little bit about Euler Crew, which is the mentorship program for our freshmen. Next slide. Do you want to go for it, Mr. Hillier? I'm going to pass it on to Mr.
No
Hillier.
problem. Yeah, no problem. So this is our proposed bell schedule. It's very similar to this year. So your student for next year will look for 7 periods that they're going to take. These 7 periods classes are really helpful in getting students ahead of schedule when they're looking for their getting their 225 credits for graduation. So students will take 7 classes. On the first day, Monday, they will take all 7 periods, and then every Tuesday, Thursday, they have a block period, and Wednesday, Friday have a block period. These are 1.5-hour classes, which are helpful in running labs and other type of classes that they need. Just giving a second for interpretation. We've also identified 4 easy steps that can help your students be successful in their first year in high school. So the first one is communication, and that's really my area of expertise as one of the assistant principals. So our school speaks. Please make sure that your phone numbers, emails, everything is up to date. We want to definitely be able to communicate and hear from you. If you are not hearing from our school, please check in with our front office staff, because we send out phone calls daily. We send out emails. We have a new parent square that we use. Power School will alert you for students who are either absent or tardy or grade changes. And our staff also uses Google Classroom to also help kind of let you know where your student's at. And our teachers are well versed in this, so we really want to hear from you. If you do not hear from us, there's definitely a disconnect, and we want to help you fix that so you know everything that's happening at our school.
Also, if you just logged in, you need translation. I want to translate. Si acaban de entrar a la junta, necesitan traducción, por favor, vayan al icono abajo que dice interpretation. Oprimen ahí y hay traducción por ese medio. Back to you, Mr. Hillier.
We also have our Richmond High School website. We do keep this updated with our latest information, so please make sure to check that out. Once again, I'm also going to plug Parent Square, which is a big deal. It's brand new to our whole district this year and really helps people connect. It allows teachers to text you, to send out all calls, but also our school to do so as well. We can only do that, however, if your phone number and contact information is up to date. So if you move or get a new phone number or anything like that, please let us know. Also, just be mindful, once again, if you are not hearing from us, we want to make sure your phone, the phone number is not blocked or anything like that. If you do get phone calls from our school that you are not sure about, we ask that you and encourage you, please contact us. Later in the slides, we will tell you about askrhs, which is our general email. It goes to our whole front office staff, and they are able to cipher that to anyone that needs it. So if you don't know who to ask a question to, you can always email it to askrhs@wccusd.net. And our job is to get it to everyone. And we'll have that email up here shortly. That'll be on here. Step 2, academic awareness. Ms. Reyes, you want to take this one?
Yeah, so I'm going to speak a little bit about academic awareness. High school is different than middle school in that students begin to accumulate credits. And it's an important thing for students to understand that their classes give them credits. They earn credits through their grades, and that's what they need to graduate. But that's also really important for our families to know, so you can support your student in making the necessary progress. So often students think that their 9th grade year doesn't matter, but that is incorrect. Every single class that a student takes from 9th through 12th grade actually earns them credits, and they need those classes to graduate. Even if it is PE, Even if it is an elective class like art, those are actually credits that they can use to graduate for high school. And some, like art, you can use that to apply for college. So every class at Richmond High School matters for the students. So we ask that you help us message that to your child. How many credits are you earning? How are your grades doing? So what you want to know is that every year, a student can earn 70 credits. One class by the end of the year will earn them 10 credits. And a student needs 225 credits to graduate from our district. Okay, so it's almost like teaching your student about banking, right? You need to earn slowly to meet a certain goal, and their goal is 225 credits to graduate from high school, right? And so we have to help them make that progress and assess regularly, how are you doing? Are we earning those credits? For our students who earn a C- or higher in a class, that grade allows them to apply for a four-year university. And that is our goal for all our students, that they are able to have the option to apply for a four-year university. Okay, so it's important for you to know 225 credits to graduate from high school, and that each class will give them 10 credits, and a C- or higher allows them to apply to a university.
I'm gonna skip through that one because we covered it. Mr. Hatcher, do you have attendance matters?
Hi, I'm Michael Hatcher. I'm the other assistant principal at Richmond High School. So what we want you guys to know is that attendance is super important for your kid. That they're in school every day, going to their classes every day is just vital to their success as a high school student. And that doesn't really matter where they are. So it's really important that your student, if they're going to be out, that you make contact with the office. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that you talk to a person in the office, but you can call the office and leave a message, and we will make sure that we mark your student as being excused for that period. It's also important that they check in with their teachers when they get back, or they could check in with their teachers in advance to let them know they're going to be out if they know that they're going to be out in advance. One of the things that we found is students who don't come to school or who miss too much class tend to fail at a higher rate than other students. So please talk to your student and let them know that every day in school is super important and that they do not have any time to waste or miss. Another thing to know that we have an interesting schedule. So if you get calls that say your kid missed 12th period, please do not, sometimes kids will tell their parents, oh, that's just a mistake. It is not a mistake. It's just that we have a weird schedule.
So our next one is, we do have several academies that are here at Richmond High. We're going to go over them quickly, but the information is here. We want to make sure you have questions for us. Basically, an academy is a small community within the school. Much like when you go to college and you take a major, you might be in similar classes or similar areas with the same people studying the same thing. At Richmond High, every student is in an academy, every single student. We are at what we call wall to wall. So we have engineering, we have health, internationals for newcomer students who have been in the country less than 3 years, our law academy, multimedia, and one of our newest ones is music for our marching band and orchestra, et cetera, that's been building for a while. So we're really excited to bring that on board. But every student has a chance for this. We have been working with our 8th grade local schools for students to choose which academy they would like to be in. This is very important for students to make a choice because this is going to impact what classes that they take for the next 4 years, what teachers they have, even where their lockers are located at our school, because this is a part of our DNA. While they're in academies, students will learn about career building, resume building. They'll be doing integrated projects, meaning they work with other students on group projects. And so they will be cohorted or they will be in the same group for all 4 years. And this will also impact which counselor they have for the next couple of years as well. Anything else you want to add, folks? All right. No, that's good. Yeah, go ahead.
One more thing. When you ask for a tour of the school, We will show you all the different spaces for the academies. The academies have a lot of different things to offer your student in the next 4 years. Back to you, Mr. Miller. Or next slide.
No problem. We have a lot of what's also unique about academies, which is exciting, is that all of our academies are also led with our career technical education teachers we have on site. So every academy basically gets people from the industry who are the ones teaching the courses to the students. We are looking for students to get certified and be able to be ready to go into college or career as they leave high school. And many of our students do, which is exciting. When we have a career technical educational teacher, that means that they once again, they're coming from the field of that area, and they're imparting on the students what they've learned about being successful in that field. Each academy is also responsible for having an advisory board made up of people, of professionals in that area. And their job is to guide each academy as to what jobs are looking for. So for example, in a law academy, they have judges and lawyers who are part of their advisory, and they guide the academy to say, if students want to go into law and justice, this is what they need to know, this is what they need to have, and these are the skills they need to be successful in that. And it oftentimes leads to internships beyond high school, which has been really successful for us here at Richmond High School.
And I do want to, Mr. Hillier mentioned this, your students, we have already gone to the K-8 schools, and we have already gone to Helms, Perry's, and Verde. So if your student attends one of those schools in the district and they're supposed to come to Richmond High School, we have given them the choice sheet so they can tell us which academy to be in. So make sure to ask your child, what academy did you choose? What are you excited about? Because you are part of helping them get excited and ready for high school. Next slide.
All right, we're gonna, yeah, go ahead, Ms. Reyes.
I was going to pass it on over to Ms. Jan to help introduce. So something also that's really great about Richmond High School is that we have 5 counselors plus our college and career counselor, right? So Ms. Jan is dedicated to supporting our students to apply to colleges, to make sure they are on track for a career and for college. In addition to that, they also have counselors for their academy to see how they're going with their grades. How are they feeling? What supports do they need? Are they a little shy to talk to their teachers to get some extra work or to get some help? They actually have a counselor that is here to guide them. And I'm going to let Ms. Jan talk a little bit about our counseling department.
Thank you. I just want to add to the academy part. There were about 80 or so 8th graders who did not turn in their choice sheet. So I had the job of assigning them academies based on where there was going to be space. The form is still open. So if your student did not turn in their choice sheet, they can still go in and do it, and I can adjust it if maybe I didn't pick what their first choice was going to be. But that's, I wanted to point it out. So as Ms. Reyes said, I'm one of the 6 counselors at Richmond High School. There are 5 academic focused counselors, and I collaborate with them on both college and career. So we have Mr. Gonzalez, who's a Richmond High alumni. He works with the Engineering Academy students, and there's myself. And then we have Miss Rios, who works with the Law Academy students and also the certificate students. So those would be special education students that are in the ESN or the MMSN programs. And then the other 3 counselors are Ms. Calderon, who is a Health Academy counselor. And then we have Ms. Franco Sanchez, another Richmond High alum, who is the Media Academy or Multimedia Academy counselors. It goes by both names. And then Mr. Garcia Rodriguez, another Richmond High alum, who's the counselor for the Internationalist Academy and the Music Pathway students. So the counselors, us as a team, is different. You can go to the next slide, please. Traditionally, middle school counselors before about a year ago were doing discipline. So high school counselors have never done discipline. We do 0 discipline. It's more about helping your child figure out what they want to do after they graduate, whether they have an idea or have no idea, and leading them to the right resources to get support to pursue that career goal, helping them pick the right classes that they need both for graduation and to be eligible to apply to a university, periodic reviews of their progress towards graduation with their credits, exploring, planning out their post-sec, conflict mediation. If they're having an issue with a teacher or a peer on campus, the counselors are there to talk to them to help mediate. Social emotional check-ins. So if there's something the student's down about or is upsetting them, they can come talk to the counselor. And if it's something that would need an ongoing conversation, they can refer them to the wellness center, or also known as the health center, to talk to someone regularly. They help write letters of recommendation for either scholarships or colleges or internships or jobs. And if your student's English learner, we help with the reclassification process so they can become full English students. Next slide, please. And this is our contact information for all of us. It's our email addresses and our extensions. So if you call the school, the 231-1450 number, and the menu starts talking, and you know you want to talk directly to one of us, you can put in our extension and it'll go straight to us.
Sorry about that. Something coming up. Second. See, I clicked on somebody's message. All right.
All right, and then next, and then that's all for the counseling part, and I'll be back in a couple of slides to talk about college and career.
Something that we also see is step 3 is just getting involved. We find that students, especially from the freshman year, if you can have your student get involved in one activity their freshman year, just one, it could be athletics, could be a club, activities, something, some organization that we have here on campus, get them involved in one. It gets them involved in the community. They feel connected to the school. They want to attend, and it gives them motivation. And right now, that's something that all of our families are looking to find for their students. So, you know, coming from everything that's happened with distance learning, getting our students involved, getting them a friend network, getting them to a healthy place where they're working, collaborating, and involved with their community also is super important. So whether that's with the academy or not, we want your student to get involved in one thing. Our challenge for our families is to push your students to do one thing, to get involved in one thing their freshman year, and that can pay dividends in getting them involved in school, pushing their motivation for academics.
And what's really important, this is a really important, sometimes our families say, no, I want the student, my child home right after school. Right. And this is why we want to make sure that we mention this to our families, because this actually really supports them in developing as a future adult, right? And developing things like responsibility. Being part of the band means that you have to go to practices, that you have a team that depends on you. Any sport, the same thing. Those are skills that adults need. And we slowly help our students develop that because they are future adults in a couple of years. The other thing is it also helps them make a new set of friends. Oftentimes in middle school, they stick to the same group of friends and they try to stick to the same group of friends when they get to high school. And it's really important for them to expand that circle to other like-minded students that they might not necessarily have talked to or in the same classes. So extracurriculars really help in the development of a high school student. So I do want to speak a little bit about freshman 9th grade year is really important. If your child has a successful freshman year, they're going to be successful in high school. Their first year is really important for them. And at Richmond High School, we have a lot of supports to do that. Ms. Jan mentioned the counselors. The counselors meet with all the freshmen. They go into their classrooms to start helping them understand the idea of credits. To the transition from middle school to high school is really hard for a lot of our freshmen. It's a big change, and our counselors are there to help them emotionally with that. We have Euler Crew, which is our mentor program, where we train our 11th and 12th grade students to support a freshman all year long. They meet with them regularly. They say, how is it going? Do you have another problem with another student? How are your classes treating you? This is a peer of theirs that is helping them because they've already experienced that. And that happens all of freshman year. We have this college and career center where they get to meet other advisors to help them. Are you on track with your credits? We offer tutoring after school, programs after school. We offer our parents meetings so that you know how to support our students. And also our teachers are always available for you to ask for that help. How can I help my student? What should they be doing? Right? And so all of those things are things that we do to support your child their first year in high school. All right, back to Ms. Jan.
Okay, hello again. So the College and Career Center, we're still bouncing back our programming from the pandemic and being shut down. So normally, hopefully starting next year, Mr. De Leon will go back to doing 2 college trips a year, 1 per semester, to bring students to nearby colleges that are of interest to our students. We have 5 college advising programs that are currently active on campus. We do post-secondary planning and advising on top of what the counselors do. We help them with career exploration. So whether it is like there's a 10th grader that already told me last year she wants to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. And I only know what that is because of Grey's Anatomy. It's a heart surgeon. But there's others, seniors who don't know, and we can point them to some different resources to figure it out. We have workshops both during the school day and after school to help with college applications, financial aid, writing the personal statements for college. What your 9th graders will be able to do next year is to take classes at Contra Costa College or Berkeley City College through a program called Concurrent Enrollment, which can help them take college classes, earn credits toward a certificate or a future degree, get them ahead in math if that's what they want to do. Or explore different areas because they're not 100% sure what they want to do. We do homework assistance and we have a study space. There's multiple tables and chairs in the College and Career Center. Kids will come in during lunch or after school either to hang out or to work on assignments. I used to be a history teacher, so I often help with history, but I'm also the only one in the College and Career Center that learns Spanish formally. So sometimes I know how to do the homework a little bit better than some of the native speakers on my staff. We have someone that loves English and was an English major, so she always helps with essays. So there's different areas and it's just a space. And then we have a scholarship list and applications that are sent to us that we post in the advisory Google Classrooms for the students. And I oversee the work permit process, which is now almost all digital. And I work with one of the clerks in the main office to get work permits out to students. But tying into grades and how they're important, what we keep sharing with students is the district policy for working. The number of hours you are allowed, up to the 20 legally allowed, is based on both your age and your GPA. So the better your GPA, the more hours I can give you to work. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned before, we have 5 active college advising programs right now. They're College is Real, EAOP DCAC, East Bay Consortium, Upper Bound from UC Berkeley, and Upper Bound Mills College. If you go to that tiny URL link, it will bring you to the form, the interest form, which also has videos and slides about each program. Or if you go on the tour or your student comes by at the beginning of next year, we can give them our 1-pager handout. And what the students do is they review each program and then they rank them from their 1st to 5th choice. And then the program reaches out to them in their school email, which is important because students don't always check their school email. But it's a habit we're trying to get them to do, about how to finish the enrollment process to join their program. And students can only be in one program. And those are just some of the celebrations we do every year. So we have multiple ways for you to learn about what's going on in the College and Career Center or contact us. So we're active on Instagram. For those of you that might still use Facebook, it's more adults, not the kids. We do post things on our Facebook page. I set up an advisory Google Classroom for each graduation year. So the one for your students, the 2027 Advisory Google Classroom is already set up. So students should join that, and that's how they'll learn what College and Career Center events are going on and how to sign up for them will also be in that space. And then we do have an email address for the College and Career Center. That's all for me tonight. Back to y'all.
All right, thanks so much. Our final piece here is our step 4 in being successful in your first year in high school is just ask questions. We want everyone to be able to ask questions. Our administrators, our office staff, we're all here to help out. If you don't know who to ask any adult on site and we will figure it out. We're here to help you out. So call the office. We do get a high volume of phone calls. So we do also ask, feel free to email askrhs@wccusd.net. We will be able to get your information to counselors on here, to administrators that might need to help, our community-based organizations, Bay Area Peacekeepers, our health center. There's a lot of moving pieces at Richmond High, but our front office staff really know how to connect you with who is best to talk to. So just reach out and definitely ask questions. That's a big thing. We just don't want you to sit back and say, well, I couldn't reach the school, so I'm just going to not, we want you to definitely let us know what it is you need and how you want the school to improve. The more that you let us know about what it is you need, the better we are about supporting students and parents and just doing the best we can for our students. So this being our last slide, I'm going to throw it back to our admin, Ms. Reyes and Mr. De Leon, if you want to add anything else.
I just want to add, before I let Mr. De Leon take over and answer questions, that we are a team in supporting your child. So that is the school and everybody that we mentioned today, right? Like our counselors, our office staff, every adult on campus, from the teachers. But that team also includes you as a parent. We need you to support us, and we need to support you in supporting your child. And that means open communication both ways. And that means all of us on the same page about what is the goal for our students. And so we just want you to know that we are excited to be a team with you next year. We are eager to share our successes. And we are excited to see your child graduate in 4 years. And so please make sure that you are communicating with us. Anything that you are in need of, any question you have, we're excited to be part of your team with you.
Couple of things for you to know. Richmond High graduates over 300 students every year. And 100 of those students, actually 150 of those students are eligible to apply to a 4-year university. And a lot of them get a chance to go to those 4-year universities through the help of our College and Career Center. But we also know that not all students want to go to a university, but we do want them to graduate with that opportunity to choose at the end of 4 years. If they don't choose to go to a university, through the College and Career Center, through the regular counselors, through their teachers, we do help the students find other paths to their success in the future. Also, we do have an open door policy. Please come and ask us questions. Please come to our campus. Come and see how the school works during the day. I have been in this school for approximately 18 years in different capacities, assistant principal, as principal. Ms. Reyes has been in this school as a student. So it's a lot of pride for us to say that our alumni are coming back and becoming teachers and becoming administrators. That shows the opportunities that we present to our students. For you as a parent, we want you to come and ask questions. Am I gonna say to you, this is a perfect society? It's not. We have some of the same issues as our surroundings, but we work very hard to have a safe space for students, for parents to come and ask us questions on how to support a student that's succeeding or support a student that's not succeeding. Like Ms. Reyes said, we are here to work as a team with you to move our community and our students forward. One way we start this is the 9th grade summer bridge program. We want your students to have a leg up, to know the school, to know the system here, to meet other students from our link crew, to meet teachers that we have on campus. And believe it or not, 9th grade is one of the most important grades. Students that come out of 9th grade with good grades have the best chance of having more choices at the end of the 4 years. So 9th grade is super important to us. We provide after-school tutoring. Our teachers are available to students after school. We provide extracurricular activities. One of the fears that parents have is, well, my son or daughter's going to be there late. The school sets aside money to have security on campus till 6 p.m. and later if need be, to make sure that your students are safe. We want to make sure that you have the confidence that when you leave your students here, especially after school, to do extracurricular activities, that there's an adult that can come in and see if they have a problem. Our coaches are people that work really hard with the parents and the students to in athletics. Our band program, especially the first half of the year, they're dedicated to having an excellent program. So please come and ask questions. We have an excellent program for your students. So at this time, we're going to open this up to question and answers.
And I do want to say really quickly, our summer bridge program is still accepting applications. We have about 50 spots. And so we're still taking some. The QR code on the screen right there, you can click on that to register really quickly. Our students actually, after they finish the 3 weeks of summer with our summer bridge, earn credits so they can get ahead of all the other students who didn't do a summer bridge program. And we are the only high school that offers it. So please know that it is a unique program to Richmond High School.
All right. If you have a question, please raise your hand on the screen. Or you can type your question into the chat, and we are monitoring the chat also.
Si tiene una pregunta, puede ser una pregunta en español también, que hablamos español.